Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and people of all gender presentations. I'm back. Well, more strictly speaking, we're back. And currently I'm wondering if I can actually make that glide. How many lives do I have? 15. How with it? Ah, crap, that didn't work out. Goodbye. Well, now that I've embarrassed myself, let's get back on our actual track here. I don't need to worry about you anymore. Good way. So, right, okay. Sorry, it's... God, go away. No, I don't want to quit. No. Goddamn inventory controls. Alright.
We just got done talking about sex and gender identification.
Yep. Fascinating subject. I really should have picked gender studies as my minor. I might decide to double minor.
We might talk about it more in a PSU, but since this is a kids game, we won't go too much into it.
Yeah, there's a reason I try and keep things relatively PG for this one.
Just saying sex PG is fine, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a psychology and sociology. I study this stuff. Anyway, hate you. Get rid of you. Torch you, and I think you dropped a butterfly. Punch those guys, and I'll have to talk to Tuco. Okay, beast makers. Okay.
Contains tree tops and metalhead.
Yeah, okay. Treetops. Good God. Treetops.
It's actually not that so bad once you figure out what to do.
Yeah, but it's just a real pain in the rear. Ugh. But I actually really like this world. I'm not sure why. I feel like the aesthetic of the world just kind of appeals to me, and, into the sludge. Ugh. And we have these weird, I guess, swamp chickens? Something.
So yeah, we'll get more into it when we do PSU. But real quick here, if you and a friend are both straight and call each other and say your thing is a relationship, nothing wrong with that because friendship stems from that.
Well, friendship is a type of relationship. There's more than one kind of relationship. Everybody just thinks the word relationship corresponds to romantic.
Right, because I always thought that friendship stems from relationship.
Yeah, I guess, kind of. Anyway. Anyway, back to Spyro. So those guys I headbutted there, they'll electrify the floor, which hurts. And we rescue our first dragon of the hub world.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junkie.
Clancy Brown, once again. With a Cajun accent. Kind of. I actually really like Cajun accents. I feel like they're really
Cajun?
cool. Yeah, Cajun. Like from around New Orleans.
Oh.
Like Gambit. Or...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so first world we come across here is Terrace Village.
Well, traditionally, Metalhead is actually the first level you encounter, so that's when you complete everything in Beastmakers, but he's not completing the homeworld all at once.
Yeah, I don't... I'm doing this... Well, similar to the way I did it when I first did it. Okay, so yeah. Basically, all of the enemies here in Beastmakers are armed with electricity in some form. Well, almost all of them. There's a few exceptions.
I wonder, because if you go the way you're doing it currently, you don't have to backtrack. Like, by the time you get the Metalhead, you'll have completed Beastmakers.
Sorta, yeah.
Does that mean that's the way you're supposed to do it, or do you...
Sneak attack!
Or do they want you to complete Beastmaker first, and then backtrack to the levels?
I couldn't really say just offhand and solely from the game design. Ow. Hate you. But, maybe? I mean, that's a distinct possibility.
Do they want you to complete the homeworld first, and then backtrack, or just...
Well, I think it was designed so that you can play it however you like.
Yeah, because the way they currently have it set up, you can collect the gems until you reach your first level in the world, complete that world 100%, collect more gems in the home world until you reach the next level, and then by the time you reach the last level, you will have completed everything in the home world.
Yep. Or you can just run through the level, grab whatever you see, and come back for 100% completion later if you feel like it. Like, it was designed to be played in a variety of ways, and that's one of the things that I really like about video games is you can, well, games like this is you can basically choose the kind of path you want to take through the game. It doesn't railroad you into playing a certain way.
Like the second to last dragon, or actually no, the last dragon you encounter when you beat the final boss. He says that you can't come back and get the bonus level until you reach 100%.
Yep.
However, if you already reach 100%, you can go instantly to the last level. So
Yep.
I wonder if that's a bit of a message that's saying typically most people won't be 100% by that point.
Yeah.
Really stink.
Basically. Yeah, and that was our warning about the electricity-wielding enemies. So yeah, while it's glowing blue like that, they'll, I basically cannot walk on the floor. Hi, buddy.
Well, you
Bye,
can't.
buddy.
You can, though. You'll just get electrocuted.
Yeah, that was the implication.
Now,
Firework.
I
Set
think
that
I mentioned
off.
this. I think I mentioned this before. I don't remember. But in Spyro 2 and
Goodbye.
in
Ow.
Spyro Ripto's Rage and Up, bosses are mandatory,
Yeah.
which is I think a good move they did.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about bosses is they... Ow, 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 ow! Yeah, see? Electricity. Not fun. Well,
Right.
fun for some people. Like, that's an actual thing that people will do is play with electricity.
In non-disclosed ways that I won't mention until PSU. But anyway, what were you saying about bosses?
Don't Google that, by the way. You probably don't want to.
What?
Unless it sounds exciting, in which case maybe you want to experiment with that.
Don't Google electrocuting people.
Not what I meant. Ow, crud.
We'll get into more detail in
And
PSU.
I'm gonna backtrack for more
But anyway,
health.
what were you saying about bosses?
Well, bosses are kind of one of the founding ideas of gameplay, and they've evolved from, we'll just stick this super hard enemy here at the end of the level, into setting up, into...
Go left.
I went that way before.
I saw some chests.
Really? You sure?
Oh, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, it was just the logs edging the thing.
Los
I thought I
Tiempos.
saw I thought I saw them too, but anyway.
I'll give you points if you can tell me what that means.
Okay, so prioritize. You.
Bastard. Oops. Sorry.
No worries. Like I said, I try to keep this at roughly the same levels as MST3K
So, the B word's okay.
on occasion. Okay, let's get you out.
So
Cyprin.
anyway, like I was saying, I'll give you 5 points if you can tell me what I said.
Good job, Spyro. One day
Um,
you'll tell all the
I guess his
dragons
body is
about
ready.
Amazing adventure.
You didn't hear what I said earlier, did you?
No, lo siento, which is
Spanish for...
I don't know.
I'm sorry!
Ow. Okay. No worries. Punt and...
No, that was before the B word. That was... I can't remember what it was. Now... Wow, did I seriously just forget what I said like 30 seconds ago?
You tend to do that. Like, that's kind of a regular thing with you.
Me, or... Do you mean you as in me, or you in general?
You as in you, specifically. You tend to be a bit rambly.
And I have problems speaking.
Your mouth moves faster than your brain.
That's the exact same thing my mom has told me.
Yeah,
I think
it's a good summary.
I think it has to do because I come from Mexico where they speak really fast.
Maybe.
And I put that into, even though I learned English that's slower, I put that into my English.
Maybe, yeah. It could be worth studying. I'm sure there's been a couple of psychological studies on that. There's actually a theory that really can't be proven or disproven either way, unfortunately, that our language influences how we think. So it's not too great of a stretch to say that language influences how we speak. I mean, that's pretty obvious, actually.
Well, I mean, and it's natural in Mexico for people to talk fast, but it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
In English, though, not so much.
Okay.
Now, remember, press X, just press it and don't hold it. That's something I discovered.
Yeah, we've discovered that apparently just tapping X gives you well, see, I'm holding X here and I'm getting a better jump. Maybe it's just some weird glitch thing on that one jump. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a final platform in Metalhead that's really, really hard to get to. And
For some bizarre reason, like it's not even that difficult of a jump.
It's kind of the same jump as the glide he just did here to that one gym. By the way, you forgot to go up the stairs.
There were stairs?
Yeah. To more gyms. No, go back to where you were. Straight ahead, that little platform right there.
Oh, yeah. Right. Ah, crap.
But anyway, in Metalhead, there's this really platform that is really hard to get to, but you have to get it if you want 100%.
Yeah, see, that was when I held down. Yeah, these steps, they're camouflaged. The sneaky buggers.
You got a similar situation to here as in Dry Canyon, too.
Yeah, there's a tricky glide.
Actually, not so tricky.
Don't think there's any...
No.
No, there's
Nope.
nothing on those platforms. Okay.
Just go straight and then hang a left.
Yeah, it's another blind glide.
Well,
mostly
actually, you
blind.
can see it. You can see it on the way on the journey here.
Yeah, which is the nice thing.
And
So anyway, as we were talking about bosses,
yeah,
that's one of the more interesting things I think to think about in game design is boss fights, because a really clever boss fight is really rewarding to the player. Most bosses typically go for I think my favorite bosses are what I call the Zelda type bosses. The ones that, you have a specific skill or item you have to use in a given area before said boss. And essentially a Zelda type boss is a quiz, checking to see if did you really learn this skill, or learn how to use this item.
right. Are you talking about how some of the dragons recap things like Supercharge?
Kind of. It's not as prominent here in the Spyro games, but like, I'll use Legend of Zelda as an example. I mean, that's kind of what I should do here. Just as an example, you in Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Oh, I thought this was a passage. Darn.
No.
There is... let's take the Water Temple boss, just because I can think of it off the top of my head.
Shouldn't we do something we both know?
Okay,
Just so I can understand it easier.
crap.
Dragon Quest VIII.
No, Dragon Quest VIII does not use Zelda-type bosses.
Twilight of the Spirits.
No.
Crash.
No, Crash's bosses, and Spyro's bosses, actually, as well, are kind of more of the gimmick bosses, which sounds kind of derogatory, but...
Why would it sound derogatory?
Because gimmick is often used in a derogatory context.
What does gimmick mean?
A trick.
How's that derogatory?
Well, gimmick... it's
sorry,
usually
I'm-
used to call something gimmicky, which means it relies solely on the trick. Did I get all the dragons? Yes, I did. This is a very brief level. Probably because of those shock floors. Anyway.
You were making it sound like it was really, really derogatory.
No. Like, it's usually just used to kind of insult a game or a level's design.
Well, I was kind of thinking on the lines of using the word gay derogatory.
Oh, yeah, no. It's not like a slur.
Which reminds me, there were like
Ow. Stood a little too close to that one.
3 episodes of Malcolm in the Middle that had the word gay in it, but I think it was still in the caption, so my best guess...
I hate you so much.
there were 3 episodes of Malcolm in the Middle where the word gay was used, and
Okay, I'll be right back for
in
this
one of them, when they were showing them on Teen Nick, it was muted out. However, it was still in the captions because the channel was originally on Fox. So my best guess is that it wasn't bad enough for Fox to censor it.
Yeah, no, and
But anyway,
I'm actually like out.
But anyway, in two of them, gay involved the sexuality. But in one of them, it was a Halloween episode, and Lewis was telling Hal how a while ago he said a doorbell sounded gay, and they muted that out.
Yeah, I have no idea why they would. I'm actually really irritated that they muted that stuff out on Teen Nick, especially. It's like, okay, who is your audience here? Are you catering to the? Are you trying to cater to the people who are so terrified of their children learning anything about any kind of sexuality that you censor a descriptor?
Well, no, like I said,
like, would you censor the word straight? You don't censor it when people say they're going out on dates.
No, like I said, there were 3 episodes with the word gay in them. Two of them involved the actual sexuality, which wasn't censored out. But they muted it out in the Halloween episode because
they didn't censor that. Okay.
No, they didn't censor it in the 2 episodes, but in the Halloween episode,
crap.
It was used derogatory because Hal said the doorbell sounded gay.
Oh.
And that's what they muted out. The other 2 episodes were left as is.
A little weird, but okay, I guess. All right. So we're gonna go take on that other level before we come back here for the flight.
So you don't think using gay as an insult is really offensive as long if it's used with an object, not a person?
No. I thought they